Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Learn with PR. This channel is dedicated to C programming and data structure where I explain concept in a simple step by step beginner friendly way. So, I have already published some important topics like basic data type, operator, decision control statements, looping and array. I recommend you to watch those videos for a better understanding. If you are a student preparing for exams, interviews, or just starting programming and learning it, this channel will help you out. So, this channel will help you build strong fundamentals. So, do like, subscribe, and share with your friends and press the bell icon so that you will get all videos on time. So, today's topic is traversing. So, whenever you are saying traversing, that means you want to display all the elements of your array as they occurred actually. Okay, so traversing means when you want to access and visiting every element of an array exactly once from the first element to the last element means when the index value is 0 and the index value n minus 1 means if you are having 10 elements that means the index will start from 0 and will go n minus 1 that means 10 minus 1 9. Okay, so traversing means you are going through all the elements one by one, that you can say traversing. All right, when you traverse actually, okay, when you want to display all the elements, that you can say traversing. So this traversing also help basically to do some kind of operations like searching when you want to perform, right? And when you want to do sorting, that time also it will help. So why do we need traversing? So first of all, it is very easy to display array elements with the help of traversing. When you want to process all the elements, okay, when you want to do what searching, sorting, and do some kind of adding, subtraction, whatever, right, that time you can do what traversing. Okay, so without traversing, you can say we can't access the elements of array. That is true. Okay, so very important topic. Very important. You can say basic concept of your what any kind of searching or sorting, any kind of thing, that you can say traversing. It is a very basic operation. Okay, so it is very very important. So that's what why we required it. Okay, so now the most important thing, how we traverse actually. So how we traverse? We have to go one by one all the locations. So whatever the number of elements you have, you will go one by one to all the locations. As you know your index, okay, so your index will start from 0, okay, and will go till index n minus 1. So whatever it is, okay. So with the help of looping concept, okay, you can do this traversing. So I have already discussed in my previous video looping concept. So if you haven't watched it, just watch it. You will get the concept, a clear concept actually of why and where we have to use which loop. Okay, so traversing is always basically done using looping. All right, so we will take a help of loop. So let's try to make a simple program in traversing where we will have a array, okay, and we will write down the number of elements there and how we can traverse it. Okay, so let's make a small program. So let's take a first int n. So n is a number of elements. You will write number of elements. Okay. So it will store in n. All right. So now I'm writing printf, a simple line which will tell number of elements. So enter. You have to enter number of elements. This is just a simple message to the user actually, or you can say the programmer that what we have to do next. Okay. So now percentage d. Okay, we will write the percentage d. We can't say the number of elements are 5.5, number of elements are 10.5. No, we can't say that thing. The number should be some digit, you can't say that floating values are there. You can't say I have 10 number of elements. Sorry, you can say I have number of elements as 10, but you can't say 10.5. So there is no like no number of elements. Okay, how you can justify your point 0.5? Okay, so we will write n as an integer. That's why we are adding percentage d, and we will have here ampersand n. Okay, once you have decided whatever the number of elements you have, I'm writing arr array name and providing here n. So whatever number of element you have written you will get the array of that number of elements. Okay, so now you have to ask the number of values, or you can say whatever the enter values you want to enter. Okay, whatever. So that's on you. That should be integer only. Why we are writing integer? Because we are saying here array is an integer. Okay, so now the size for this array will become what? Size for this array is what? Size of integer, whatever the integer is. Okay, multiply with the number of element, that means n, whatever the n you have. Okay, suppose you are saying 10 elements you have, so 4, size of integer is 4 bytes. Okay, and it will be multiplied with 10 and you will get 40 bytes. Okay, so now this array contain 40 byte size actually. Okay, now you are saying enter number of values. When you are saying enter number of values, say how many times you have to ask for, that means n times. Okay, so times, whenever times word comes, right, that time you have to simply write the looping concept. So I am making here for loop, as I know the iteration how many times we have to do it, right, we have to do n times, so that's why we are writing for loop. Okay, so now I equals to 0 and it will go till n, and I will increase one by one, and where I have to store the values of values of the array, elements values, where I have to use. So we have to store in the array only. All right, so percentage d we are writing, and where we will store as the name of your array and with the help of ampersand. Okay, so array name, and I will increase one by one, so we will have to write here I. Okay, so we are writing here I. If we will not write any here I, we will write simple 0. So all elements will store in a 0, and whatever the last element you have stored, that will only print. Okay, so this is what, this is simple writing number of elements inside it. Okay, and the values. All right, now if I am saying I have to do traversing, means we have to access all the elements. So I will simply write traversing. We are doing actually what traversing is, printing the elements, nothing else. Okay, so printing the elements of your array. So whatever the elements you have, it will print whatever you have written here at the time of assigning the values in all the locations, right? So yes, how many times now it will ask again? So times again for loop you can write here. Okay, so you will write here I equals to 0, I is smaller than n, and I will increase one by one. And how you will write the elements? How you will write the elements? How you can print it? Simply write the printf. Okay, so printf when you are writing, so just write down percentage d and one space, give a little space, so that you will get the difference. What are the elements you have entered and what exactly they appeared in the printf with the help of printf function. Okay, so now arr and I am writing I. So whatever the elements you have written, it will print like that ways. Now let's just program. So when you will run this program, you will see the number of elements here, what the number of elements are there. So I am writing here 10 suppose. Okay. So 10 will store in n. So now our array become 10 number of elements, means now you have to write 10 elements here inside this array. So now 10 elements, 40 bytes now you have already in your array. It will ask one by one. So first value, if I write 100, then 100 will store in a of 0. Okay, once it will store, it will say I increase. Now I increase means I become 1 smaller than 10. Yes, true. 10, n is a n value is 10. Okay, so 1 is smaller than 10, true. It will go, it will say now write down the value. If I am writing 200, 200 will store in which index? ARR 1, because I now become 1. Okay, now I'm writing 300, 300 will go ARR 2, ARR 3, like that you will have ARR 4, ARR 5, right? Like this way values you will store. So now I'm writing a number of elements here. Okay, so these number of elements I have entered, that's are 10 now. So now my next line will be printing. Okay, means traversing, printing the element. Okay, it will be like that, and then it will print all the elements like that way. Okay, I have given a space between them, that's why there is a space, and before it also a little space here, right? So you can write example like this way. All right, so I hope you got this concept. This is a traversing, simple traversing, a simple program. This is a 1D dimension array, means one dimension array it is actually. Okay, so it's only asking a number of elements here. Okay, so this is also what giving elements, giving values to your array. Okay, our values there, elements there, right? this is a simple one. All right. Now let's talk about how we can write the algorithm. So this is the algorithm, right? Algorithm of traversing in array. Okay, so first you will start your program. Obviously, you have to read your elements and ticket 10 elements we were giving. Okay, now we have to read the elements from a0 to a n minus 1. A is here name of your array, 0 is the first index, you can say, n minus 1 is the last index, you can say. So 0 to 9 tak it will go. Okay, so now you have set inside for loop, you set I equals to 0 and you were displaying all the elements. Okay, a of I you were displaying it and you were increasing one by one. I plus plus we were doing in the for loop. So here I have written I equals to I plus 1. Okay, we have to repeat our step 5 to 6 until I is smaller than n. So whenever the condition is true, it will again repeat 5 and 6 step again that we were doing earlier in my program. Once I'll get the if I'll get the condition false, right, then I will stop my program. So this is a simple program, simple algorithm, traversing, actually algorithm of traversing. Okay, so this is how you can traverse all the elements one by one, increasing increasing the index value one by one, display it. Okay, so this is a simple algorithm concept. Okay, so if you have any kind of doubt, you can write in a chat box, so I will help you to answer it. Okay, thank you so much. Please like this video, subscribe, and do share with your friends. Press the bell icon so that you will get all the update. And previous you have to first watch all the previous videos so that you will get all the concept one by one, step by step. You will learn all the things. Thank you so much. Okay, in the next video we will discussing about the binary search. Linear search I have already uploaded. Please check that thing. If you have query, please ask. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.